Hey everybody, welcome to Snoqualmie Pass, right on the crest of the Cascades in western Washington. It's kind of a warm, not quite fully cloudy day, little breaks of sun coming through here and there, but pretty overcast and gray. Kind of a warm day. It's 39 degrees at the pass, and I'm going to go on a little backcountry ski tour. But because avalanche danger is high and I'm traveling alone, I'm going to use this opportunity to do a little practice of Shinrin Yoku, which is a Japanese term for forest bathing. It's something I assigned for my students in Geography 190 as a final field trip experience, where you go out in the forest and you just enjoy nature. There are a lot of benefits to forest bathing independent of just exercise. So going for a walk is healthy for you. We all recognize that. But going for a walk in the forest has benefits above and beyond just going for a walk. So the presence of nature and being in the forest and really focusing our senses on all of the sights and sounds and even the feel and smell of the forest has really restorative effects to our health. So it's also a great chance for me to find a way to occupy myself without worrying about getting to the top of something or skiing a steep slope, because I don't want to be out in anything too dangerous. I want to be on some nice low-angled terrain and just enjoying the day. So what a great opportunity for me to stay safe and enjoy the forest today. All right, now we're really in the forest. I took a short ski lift ride and then went down the edge of the ski area along a cat track and then ducked out to get out of bounds here and did a little hike to get to here. It was mostly flat, but a little bit of a struggle because my skis didn't have any kind of a grip on them. I have some climbing skins that I put on the bottom of my skis if I want to go uphill a lot. I didn't bother putting them on, so I had to work extra hard to get across a few little uphills. But I'm at a little pass here, and my goal is to get down into a little basin below me. It's a pretty soft goal, as I've mentioned already, because of conditions. My emphasis is on really experiencing the forest, not on any particular destination or too many achievements today, besides just being out here and enjoying nature. You can tell it's super warm, and that couldn't have been better timed because the camera just got bombed with a falling snowball. All of the snow that's fallen over the past week or so on the trees is now melting off and dropping in big clumps, and you can hear it cratering around me, and you can hear the water dripping off as well. So I'll leave you with that for a few minutes here to enjoy the sound of rain falling on snow and snowballs falling on snow. right, here we are at Lodge Lake, which was my soft destination. I wasn't going to be upset if I didn't make it here. It didn't take too long to find it. I did use my map to make sure I was not getting stuck in the wrong part of the ridge. And it's really a beautiful place. I had a great time coming down. The snow was not spectacular for skiing, but it was still fine for skiing, and a little slushy and wet in places, but still really fun just to travel through the forest, be all by myself instead of on a crowded ski slope. That's a different experience as well. And of course, the sounds I mentioned already. In terms of smells, the forest does smell wet. It's really humid. And so that's hard to describe the smell exactly, but it's a different kind of smell than you would smell if it was really cold, for example. So I think there's some of the smells of the bark and the needles coming off in the humidity as well. It is a little cold, obviously. There's still snow on the ground. In terms of sensations, I didn't touch anything directly, but I did feel the give of the snow under my skis as I'd turn or as I'd walk through things. And then lots of different sounds. I'm hearing some birds in the distance as well. I'll be quiet for a minute and see if you can enjoy any of those sounds while I'm turning the camera here for you. One more aspect of forest bathing is that not only should we not be in a hurry while we're wandering through the forest, it's even better if we can find a moment to pause, whether it's on a bench or making our own seat. It's great to just sit and enjoy the sensations of being in the forest without worrying too much about a destination or a place. So I'm going to try and do that now as well. Okay, I've relaxed here a little while. I'm ready to start my trip home, so I'm going to switch my skis over to their climbing mode and not hurry back up the hill, but I do want to make it back before nightfall, so I will be motivated to not dally too long, but I think I'll probably record a few things along the way just to share some more sights and sounds if I notice anything that I find noteworthy along the way. So thanks for coming with me on this, and I might check in one more time at the end of my trip before I go back to civilization. Okay, everyone, we are back from the forest. I'm at the edge of the ski area. Just going to take the climbing skins off my skis and ski down to my car. All told, I've been out about an hour. I haven't kept careful track of the time, which is part of the point of forest bathing. One of the things I really enjoyed about the trip was I really lost track of exactly where I was in terms of like a schedule and like city life, in terms of like which Zoom meetings I had, what stuff I have to do for on my to-do list, all my house chores, all that sort of went away while I was in the forest. Of course, now that I'm coming back to the car and to the drive, it's all trickling back in. But I think that's part of what happens when you go off on a walk into the forest, is you start to pay attention to where you are right now instead of worrying about the future or thinking about the future and time management and responsibility and all that. You can step away from that for even just 30 minutes or 45 minutes. I think that's really relaxing and good for your stress levels, good for your blood pressure, just good for your soul even. One thing that I really appreciated about this trip was I had really been noticing the sound of the water dropping off the trees melting. And I got so used to it that I actually was surprised when I came out of the forest into this big open area right here. There's actually a little pond back there in the saddle, but it's a big open area all the way through that pond and all the way to here. I was really surprised to think it had stopped raining. And it took me a minute to realize that it hadn't ever been raining. It was just all the snow melting and dripping off the tree branches, creating that sound like it was raining. And it was pretty wet. I'm a little soaked, but it's okay. I dressed actually a little too warm, so I'm if anything too hot for today, even though it was dripping, melting snow on me the whole time. All right, I hope you enjoyed our little tour of the forest. I hope it inspires you to consider doing your own forest bathing trip. If you are inspired, go ahead and leave a comment below if you have any questions about forest bathing. I'm not an expert, but I'm happy to share what I experience of it. If you have any questions about backcountry skiing, you can also leave a comment, and I'll follow up on that if I can too. Thanks so much for coming along with me, and I hope you have an excellent day. Bye-bye now.